So today I want to speak directly to the teachers, parents, carers, anybody raising a young girl in today's world. Because if you truly want to empower your daughter, to help her grow into a confident, resilient, self-assured, emotionally strong young woman, I need you to stop doing these 3 things right now. And yes, I said stop. Because sometimes it's not about doing more. It's about undoing the habits that we have unintentionally inherited that chips away little by little at our daughter's confidence. So let's get into it. Hi, I'm Paula from Accelerate Empowerment, where we are all about empowering young girls and the grown-ups that are raising them. So, what are some things that we do unintentionally, of course, that actually could disempower our young girls instead of empowering them? So I think the first one is silencing her voice. So this could look like cutting her off mid-sentence, telling her how she feels or should feel about certain things, telling her things like, oh, it's not so bad, or don't worry, it's not a big deal. And these things come from a place of goodness. It comes from a place of trying to make her feel better, maybe trying to stop her from maybe overreacting and diffusing the situation. But what it actually does is make her feel like she's not heard. And every time we silence her, we actually teach her to second guess herself. And that hesitation, that will show up in friendships, in the classroom, even in workplaces. So what do we do instead? Let her speak, let her share her emotions, let her take up space, even if it's loud, even if it's messy. And also it's a chance for you to practice your conflict resolution skills. Let her say what she needs to say. Help her know that her opinion is valid and is actually welcomed. Let her practice. Home is a place where our children should be able to practice their emotional skills, their emotional regulation, their emotional intelligence. So let her practice using her voice, because empowered girls are girls who believe that what they say matters. So number 2 is stop fixing everything for her. I know this is hard. It's hard for me too. I have girls, and it's hard to watch them struggle. It's hard when you feel like you know the answer to how they can solve a situation and you just want to give it to them, and then save them from all the heartache that's going to come with the situation. You're like, hey, I know the answer to this question. I've been through this. I know this. Let me tell you what to do. But here's the thing. Empowerment doesn't come from protection. It comes from preparation. And if we are constantly rescuing them, giving them the answers, solving their problems, they don't learn to be resilient. They don't learn what it means to fail and to bounce back. And that is such a useful lesson to be able to do that in this world. That's going to serve them so much as they grow up. They need to be able to sit in discomfort so that they know that they can get through it and that it's not going to kill them. So when we rob them of that, we actually are disempowering them. They need to learn problem-solving skills, conflict resolution skills, just working things out. So let her make mistakes, let her get things wrong, let her sit in the discomfort so that she will learn that she will survive it. And it's about being her support system, not her savior. And if you struggle with this one, I would recommend when your daughter comes to you with a problem, you can just ask her, do you want help with this or do you want to figure it out on your own? And that simple question can maybe make you feel a bit more comfortable. And it also gives her the choice, gives her agency, which in itself is a very, very valuable skill to have as well. And number 3 is a big one. It is stop projecting your fears onto her. I am talking to myself about this one. So many of us are parenting from our past traumas, from our own wounds, from things we have not yet unpacked or worked through. So that could look like if you were bullied, for example, maybe you might discourage your daughter from standing out or doing certain things, or you might go the other direction, which is to push her out front, to stand up to people and maybe sort of go after conflict. But that's parenting from your past, not your child's future. And if you lacked confidence when you were younger, maybe you might start to micromanage her choices. If you didn't get enough freedom when you were younger, you might give her too much freedom, more than she is capable of. That's not maybe age appropriate for her. But here's the truth. She deserves to have a future that isn't shaped by the fears that you haven't unpacked. That's your work to do. That's my work to do. That is our work to do as parents, not to be projected onto our children. Like I say, I'm talking to myself with this one, because when my kids started high school, I was like, it was like reliving the trauma all over again. And everything that happened, I was like, hey, I know how to solve this. This is what you do. This is what you do. This is how you handle it. But you know what? Their experience is not my experience. Yes, there might be crossovers. There might be some sort of similarities. I can give advice, but I can't control the situation based on how I think it might turn out, because I don't know. It's different to mine. They're not us. They have their own path, their own future, and we need to sit back and let them live that life. You know, empowerment means letting her grow into her own identity, even if it makes us uncomfortable, even if it looks different to how we imagined. We don't break generational cycles by controlling more. We break them by healing, by reflecting, and by doing things differently. So if you want to empower your daughter to be confident, to be emotionally intelligent, and just ready for the world, then we need to stop silencing her voice, fixing everything for her, and projecting our fears onto her. Empowerment doesn't mean raising a perfect girl. It means raising a girl who's not afraid to be herself. A girl who feels safe to be herself. As a parent, I realised that we don't need to have all the answers. We just need to create a safe space where our daughters can grow, they can fail, they can rise. It starts with those everyday moments where you choose to see her, to hear her, to honour her exactly as she is. So instead of silencing, let's start supporting. Instead of correcting, let's start coaching. And instead of criticizing, let's start celebrating her. So thanks for sticking with me to the end of the video. And if this video did resonate with you, I would love for you to hit a like and subscribe. Share it with somebody who you think might like to hear it. Share it with another parent that's raising a powerful, bold, empowered daughter. And subscribe for more weekly videos from me, Paula, and Accelerate Empowerment. See you next time. Bye.